looks great, and I hope that movie does go number one, because it'll be just a great success story. You know, it really is cool, and he touched on a lot of topics. I mean, when Chris comes on, especially with, you know, you, me, and Bully, we're just talking to one of our friends, and always very, very truthful, like he always is.
Have you guys seen any of the Terrifiers?
I saw the first two. I haven't had a chance to see the third one yet. I saw the first two. It's not for, if you don't like gore, you're certainly not going to like the Terrifier. It's like beyond gore. It's like, all right, finally the person's dead, and then you realize, you know, the person's still not dead. And it's like, you're almost like, enough already. Just kill the poor person already, please. Dear God.
It's Ryan's favorite movie.
I've come to enjoy it. I look forward to seeing part 3.
I said it's Rhino's favorite movie.
Oh, really? Terrifier?
Not just because of the gore.
Nicely done. Nicely done, Tommy. Nicely done.
Sorry. Can't help myself. I just live in that world of pro wrestling.
I love it. I love it.
USA Today says scary. Rhino. Love it. Favorite. Gore. Continue.
Gore. The TV deal. Bully, I think you set it up perfectly. Like, even if AEW's not your favorite, even if that's not something that you love, or you may just be a casual watcher of the product, or even maybe a hater, you got to be happy for the new deal. And again, Tommy, you and I were talking about this. 40 years ago, wrestling companies paid for time on TV. 40 years ago isn't that long ago if you think about it in the landscape of television, but pro wrestling companies used to have to pay for time. And here we are where, AEW's deal surpassed the U.S. Open on ESPN. So now we're even surpassing mainstream sports when it comes to pro wrestling. And that's not even the WWE. That's AEW. Like, Tommy, you got to be happy, if you're a diehard fan or not, that this is just a win for pro wrestling.
Absolutely, Dave. And everyone tells me, and I'm sure they tell Bully, I used to watch you on Madison Square Garden Network or Sunshine Network. Madison Square Garden, we were the highest rated show, 95. That was with Rangers in the championship, Knicks in the championship, Yankees starting their run. Highest rated show on MSG. We paid $2,000 a week to be there. When our contract came up, we were like, hey, we're the highest rated show. We think we're going to get something. Nope, you're paid TV. Didn't happen. Bully and I went to Comedy Central. They were going to put us on after South Park. And we were like, great. Oh, my God, we just saved the company. This is it. We're here. We're going to be on right after this controversial show, South Park. The only thing they wanted was half-hour shows, but they said we could break it down to 1 and 1, which was great. And everything's great. And then, okay, here's how much you got to pay. And we're like, wait, what? So, yes, it is awesome that a company's getting paid for programming.
And Dave, like I was saying, there are many people, who make a living off of bashing AEW. Some veterans of the wrestling business that we know very well, and some absolute nobodies who have built up a little bit of a platform for themselves. No matter when you listen to them, they have very, very, very little good to say about AEW. They basically charge their listeners a subscription just so the listeners can listen to them bash Dynamite, Collision, Rampage. Do you really think any of those people want AEW to go away? They're secretly thanking the wrestling gods that AEW is going to be around for another 4 or 5 years, because that's another 4 or 5 years of content that they can provide to their people who subscribe. That's why when we say this is good for the entire wrestling business across the board, it's good for fans. It's good for, obviously, Busted Open, where we're very fair towards AEW. It's good for the AEW haters. It's good for Tony. It's good for the wrestlers, yada, yada. So all those people, like especially the ones on social media who want to see AEW die or go away, they're full of shit.
I agree with you on that. Go ahead, Tommy.
I'm just laughing because I went to go check the Twitter trend, and it has last night's Dodgers Padres, and right underneath it is my tweet in my robe, and it says campaign for Busted Open 24/7.
So where are we now? Where are we trending now?
We are still at 5.
Okay, we got to get that up to 1. Please use the hashtag BustedOpen247. If you've already tweeted, tweet again. Tweet as many times as you possibly can, because we want that trend to hit number 1, please. Thank you.
And it looks like the Sirius XM customer care,
They're all over it.
Twitter, are responding to just about everybody. So Sirius XM are listening.
See, now,
Really?
since I just said that, now we just moved up to number 4. We're now trending we're at number 4 right now.
People, I don't want to wrestle the way I said I would. Come on.
Yeah.
Gotta go back to the suspenders and the robe for one night only.
You know what? We'll try to get. Listen, whatever it takes, Tommy. Whatever it takes.
Well, that was my tweet.
I love it. I love it.
Nobody
You know
wants
what, Bully?
suspenders
You know what,
and a
Bully?
robe anymore.
Here's. I'll make a promise right now. If we could get trending to number 1 before the show is over, so we got over an hour, we can start trending at number 1. You know, you and I are going to go to the big Fozzy concert on the 17th, right?
Yeah.
I have 2 tickets. I need tickets to get in. You don't. You're a Hall of Famer. You just walk up to the door and say, "I'm Bully Ray. Don't you know who I am?" And they'll let you right in.
It's true.
I'll use the second ticket I bought, and I'll take a Nation member with me.
That's if we hit number 1.
If we hit number 1 by the end, before the show is over.
So this Nation member gets to hang out with me and you for the night at the Gramercy at the Fozzy show.
Yes.
How are we going to determine who gets that ticket?
I mean, that's what a producer's for. We'll let Paul come up with that.
I'm not letting Paul determine who I hang out with. So how are we going to figure out who gets this ticket, gets the golden ticket?
The tweet
Augustus,
that gets us
eat that thing.
The tweet that gets us to number 1. That
You
last
can't determine
tweet
that.
Can't determine
Oh, okay. I mean,
Any other ideas, Brainiac?
All right, so maybe there's a certain question you can answer. I don't know. Listen, I'm willing. I don't know.
All right, here's the deal. Okay. How about if we get to number 1, which is going to be a little difficult today because the hurricane, which is right around the corner, is trending number 1, and that's big news. Hopefully we can top Hurricane Milton. Shout out to everybody down in Florida in the Busted Open Nation Florida chapter. Stay safe. Guys, I could not believe last night on After Dark how many tweets I got from Nation members in Tampa who said that they're going to ride it out. Phone calls last night from Nation members who are like, "Nah, Bully, we're going to ride it out." I'm like, oof, that's a little risky. But how about this? If we get to number 1, we'll throw out a trivia question. First person to get it right gets the ticket.
Yeah, and you have to be able to be in Manhattan, in New York City, on the 17th, to come hang out with Bully and I at the Gramercy. And who knows, maybe you might be able to have that.
Or if you're a super
again.
hot chick, we'll just give you the ticket.
Okay.
877-344-4893, 877-FIGHT-93. One thing I want to do in the last hour of the show is I want to get to the Busted Open Nation. I want to hear from the Nation. Also want to get back into NXT and AEW from last night. You know, we're trending at number 3 right now. We're at number 3, so let's get us up to number 1. And, you know, you get to see Tommy back in the, you know, we get to see hang out with us at Fozzy. A lot can happen. If we get to, we'll make dreams come true and also wake up the walking, talking zombies that are littered all over the 37th floor right now as we speak. So wake those zombies up by having us trend number 1 right now. All right, we'll think of something, Bully. We'll think of something, Tommy. But one thing I definitely want to do is get to the Busted Open Nation. 877-344-4893, 877-FIGHT-93. Who won the night? Was it NXT? Or was it AEW? So a lot on the table for the Busted Open Nation in hour number 3. And I got some things to say about NXT. Obviously, we have a lot of things to say about AEW as well. We'll do it all. But Tommy, Bully, and I are back on a Wednesday morning edition of Busted Open.
I'll be right back, buddy.